Alchemy of Souls Season 2 has been incredible so far. The new season has been fast-paced and filled with adrenaline. The ending of the third episode made us anxious for the next episode. After an amazing premiere last weekend, we expect this new season to be amazing. In this episode, we got to see Naksu and Jang Wook share a kiss. Or, in this case, Naksu kissed Jang Wook. Naksu finally escaped from the barrier-clad room in Jinyuan. Today, I'm going to explain the ending of Episode 3 of Alchemy of Souls Season 2, Light and Shadow. I'll also talk about what will happen in Episode 4. So stick to the end of this video to get the full explanation and predictions. But first, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification bell to be among the first to see our content. Thanks. At the beginning of this episode, we finally see how Jang Wook and Naksu were able to leave the unanimous assembly as a couple. When Jinmu asked the newlywed to provide a witness to their supposed marriage, Naksu lied and insinuated that she and Jang Wook were expecting a baby. Here, she implied that she and Jang Wook had consummated their marriage, and as a result, she's an expecting mother. The unanimous assembly had to concede to their marriage. Because of their marriage, Jinyuan can retain their position as the keeper of artifacts and relics. As no one would want to oppose Ho Kyung's skillful son-in-law, Jang Wook. One of the highlights of the episode is when Naksu touched her sword for the first time after her resurrection. The sword remembered her and emitted strong energy that turned on the enchanted lantern and made Naksu have a flashback of her past. If you recall, in the previous season, Naksu had said that a sword becomes one with the owner and can recognize its owner. We also found out why Jang Wook kept the Yin-Yang Jade for the past 3 years. As he did not witness Naksu's death, he kept the Yin-Yang Jade as proof that she was dead. Lady Ho Kyung, not wanting to give up on Buyun, summons her with the tracking thread, which causes Naksu great pain. Jang Wook broke into Jinyuan and destroyed the tracking thread, relieving Naksu. When Naksu heard from Danggu about Jang Wook destroying the thread, she ran to meet him at Game Village, in the dark forest, to thank him. But she was late as Jang Wook had already left. Naksu was then drawn to a particular grave, which we learn Jang Wook built for Naksu. There, she regains another memory of her past. It seems like being close to the jade that Jang Wook buried into the stones jotted her memory. Because we can see the collapse of the stone as she grabbed her head while the memory of Jang Wook giving her the bird's eye flashed in her mind. Remember how she was able to remember something from her past and lit the enchanted lantern when she grabbed her sword? Maybe being close to or touching her formal possessions as Naksu could be the key to regaining her memory. Because we can see a flash of the soul shifter mark in her eyes when the stones collapse. She then took the blue yin-yang, glowing within the stones. Thinking Jang Wook would be happy with the news of her recovering her memory, she set out to find him in Gyeongjinggak. Jang Wook had gone to Gyeongjinggak after Park Jin advised him to visit where Mutiak died and mourn her. He said if he still wanted to die after doing so, he would make him a dish. This means that he will let him die if he decides to do so after mourning Mutiak. In this scene, we find out why Jang Wook built the grave in the dark forest. Park Jin insinuated that he built it because he was praying for Mutiak's return instead of mourning her. When Naksu got to Gyeongjinggak, she met Lady Hyo who advised her to fill the blue yin-yang jade with energy to find out why everyone finds it had to believe that Jang Wook married her. Before this, Naksu had thought that since Naksu stabbed Jang Wook, she must be his enemy. Then we see Jang Wook back home without Naksu. As he prepares to get her from Gyeongjinggak, his red yin-yang jade comes alive. This surprised him, and he ran to the dark forest, hoping it would be Naksu. He found Buyun there with the blue jade. She tells him that she has regained another memory which made it possible for her to fill the jade with energy. Still surprised, Jang Wook asked her if she was the one who had called him. She affirms that she did because she heard that the jades were a set. This made Jang Wook clench his fist in disappointment. He demanded that Naksu have a good explanation for calling him, as he had rushed over because of the jade. Naksu then shared the good news that she had regained another memory. She tells him that both of them had liked each other long ago. This made Jang Wook clench his fist tightly. Now, we don't know which memory Naksu recalled. But we can tell she had not fully regained all her memories, as she seemed upset that Jang Wook rushed over because of Naksu and not for her. But at the same time, she had sadness in her eyes as she tells him that they had liked each other for a long time. You would think her recollections of such memory would elate her as Buyun but would sadden her as Naksu. I guess we will know more tomorrow. In the preview for the next episode, we hear Sang-ho telling Park Jin that people were massacred on a boat crossing Lake Gyeonggi-ondaeho, and they say it was Naksu's doing. But we could see So-ai and Yong-soo on what seemed like the boat as men with touch lights seemed to set it on fire. This scene is not clear, though. But from the just concluded episode 3, we know that So-ai is under Jin-moo's thumb because of the medicine he provides for the parasite in her blood. We can assume that she allows this because she has to share the medicine with Seo-yo, who also has the bloodworm in his blood. So maybe Jin-moo has a hand in killing the passengers on the boat. Then we see Jang Wook standing before the king as Jin-moo states that the soul shifter that appeared this time is Naksu. Jang Wook then says to the king, "If you are so worried, I will catch her myself." He then walked away with a determined look. We then see the crown prince ask, how can he get rid of something that does not exist? From this statement, we can assume that whatever Jin-moo has planned, the crown prince might be in on it. Because this statement shows that he knows that Naksu isn't the perpetrator, as she doesn't exist. Then we can see Naksu trying to place back the blue jade on the gravestones, but it collapses, which startles her. Then we can hear Park Jin telling Ho Kyung that ridiculous rumor could end up killing your daughter. This could mean that Ho Kyung, who wants Buyun back in her clutches, started a rumor which could endanger Naksu. Or it could be that Park Jin is asking for her help after hearing a rumor that could endanger Naksu. Then we see Seo-yo having a conversation with Naksu, who asks him, by any chance, are you not feeling well? If you recall, earlier in the episode, Naksu saw something when she looked at Seo-yo trying to see his energy, but couldn't tell him. It was as if what she saw wasn't good. In the next episode, we may discover what she saw that day. Then we see Seo-yo confront So-ai, asking her, what is inside my body? This could mean that what Naksu had told him made him realize the source of his pain. Then we see the queen, who wants her perfect old body back, say, I would like to hold a banquet outside the palace wall. From the just concluded episode, we now know that the queen is in cahoots with Jin-moo because she wants to get out of her damaged body. We could then see Naksu dressed up and with a happy smile on her face watching the fireworks. We could then hear a voice that sounds like Prince Go-won say, if Jin Buyun gets attacked, it will become Naksu's doing. Then everything will become Jang Wook's responsibility. As he says this, we can see Naksu running from the queen's banquet as someone drags a sword on the ground. This scene is perplexing because who was dragging the sword on the ground? Does it mean that Jin-moo found someone to manipulate into harming Buyun to blame it on Naksu? But if we look, we can see that this person is a female. Maybe he found someone that would act as Naksu. I guess we will find out tomorrow. What do you think of this episode? And what do you expect to see on tomorrow's episode? Let me know in the comment down below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel to be among the first to see our content. Thanks for watching. Bye.